Hey folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Tron Legacy Rinzler action figure set. This set has a normal release date of October of 2010, but I was able to find Rinzler and a few other Tron Legacy figures a couple weeks early at my local Toys R Us. Now the 4-inch scale Tron Legacy figures sell for $8, but I was able to use my frequent buyer coupons, and I was able to purchase Rinzler for only $5.50. Now, when it comes to the Rinzler character, there isn't much information out there. What you see of him, the few shots you see of him in the trailers, and what's on the packaging on here is basically all the information that's available at this point. And after looking at the packaging and looking at the figure in the packaging, I have some suspicions or guesses as to this Rinzler character, or what he is or who he is. And I don't want to say what they are because I know there are a lot of fans, Tron fans, that are really anticipating this movie in December, me included. And I wouldn't want to spoil my guesses with the viewers. So what I'm going to do instead is actually, I'm going to provide a cue to clues as to this Rinzler character. If you hear this tone here, and see the flashing here, that's a cue for a clue, I think, into this Rinzler character. It'll be interesting to find out how much of it is true when the movie finally does come out. So, but I thought it'd be interesting to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Rinzler here. In the packaging, you can see the figure here and some accessories that go with the figure. Pretty neat. And taking a look at the back of the package here, you got the nice Tron logo, you got the figure equipped with his accessories, and you have a description of Rinzler, and I think this is actually worth reading. Take a look at here, and you see it says Rinzler, Clue's loyal henchman. He is always at the leader's side, awaiting his next assignment. Rinzler is the most skilled fighter in the Tron system, and is the only program who fights with 2 discs. So that's pretty informative in that brief amount of description there. And the Tron Legacy figures work with the vehicles that will be coming out. I haven't seen the vehicles yet. I hope to find the light cycles. I think those are the iconic Tron vehicles. And here are the figures from the first wave or first series of Tron Legacy. We have Sam Flynn, Clue, Rinzler, Blackguard, Kevin Flynn, and Clue's Sentry on there. So that's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and take Rinzler out of the packaging, and we'll be right back. Alright, we have Rinzler here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at all of the accessories that come with the figure first. And first thing we'll take a look at is this wadded up piece of paper, which is, I'm surprised they were able to get this many folds into this piece of paper, because it's been folded quite a bit, and it's a very large piece of paper. It basically explains how to replace the batteries, warnings on the batteries, and how to use the light up features in almost every language known to man. Well, not quite that many, but still quite a few languages on here. I'm surprised Klingon is not on here. Well, maybe I should check first. but anyways, it's just like short set of instructions repeated many times in multiple languages. And I think it's the main reason why this is included is because of the batteries and the warnings. How to use the The light up features I don't think is really necessary to explain, but anyways, Rinzler and all of the 4-inch Tron Legacy figures come with a display base, which looks very much like an identity disc. It's actually pretty neat. And this one, I guess, is custom for Rinzler, or at least the color matches the highlights on Rinzler's costume there. And that's like a reddish orange on here. It's very neat. It's got 2 pegs. And I really like the design of the identity disc. It's very, very cool on there. And just pretty basic on the bottom on there. But still, this is kind of neat. I like that. And next thing we have here, I think is he comes with 2 batons, one on each leg I have here. And I think this is an alternate form of those 2 batons. I think it acts as like a nunchuck, and this is probably the energy between the 2 batons. Because it doesn't describe on the packaging as a separate weapon or accessory. So I'm thinking this is an alternate of those 2 batons just joined together by energy on there. It's kind of neat on there. It doesn't, it's not very flexible, at least I don't want to flex it too much in fear of breaking it. So it's pretty much going to stay as like this. So pretty interesting. Now I guess every program in the Tron world has an identity disc, and Rinzler, as described earlier, is the only one that actually has 2. And you can see it's in his hands here. You can see that he holds them quite well. It's very nice. And let me just show you one of the identity discs. And it looks very much like the base stand, as I said earlier. Let me see if I can get some detail on there. You can see the sculpted detail on the disc. Pretty neat on there. And take a look at the baton. There's a peg on his leg that's much narrower or skinnier. I can't pronounce narrower. It's a lot thinner at the top, so you can only put the baton in the leg one way. And there, it's basically a soft piece of plastic here. And in the Tron universe, at least in the original movie, batons were like your car keys, except for they're for your light cycles. They become the handles for your light cycles. And I'm not sure in the upcoming movie if that's the case with the batons here. And if so, I guess Rinzler here has access to 2 light cycles or vehicles on there. It's kind of neat. Taking a look at the Rinzler figure itself, it's pretty nice for a 4-inch scale figure, and we'll show you the light up feature first. On the back and is a molded in version of the identity disc, which is also the button for the light up feature. And if you see some of the trailers, you'll see that seems like almost everyone in the Tron world places their identity disc on their back. So that's kind of molded in. This disc does not come off. But you can see in the center there, that's the button for the light up feature. And when you push it down, his chest lights up. And you can actually see some patterns light up as well. Very interesting patterns on here, and it's very cool. And you can see the light stays on for quite a bit on there. So that's kind of neat. And let me turn off the lights here and take a look. It's pretty bright on there. Pretty neat. The bottom of the chin is just a reflection. That wasn't a separate light up thing. That was just a reflection off of the chest there. So, pretty cool. And taking a look at some of the details, you can see the helmet here. It's basically, it's got a portion of his helmet's got a gloss on there. So part of it's glossy, part of it's a flatter black on there. It's kind of neat. And if you look, I don't know if the video picks it up, there's actual tiny little details on the helmet there. You can see little pips in there, or holes in there on the helmet. Just the Spin Master has actually done quite a good job in doing some of the details in the sculpt of this figure. It's very nice. One thing though I think is a kind of a miss is the highlights. Like in the original movie, they had that neonish type of lighting on the figure or the characters, and on this figure it's a little dull. So I'm thinking of looking for maybe one of those fine tip Sharpies. I don't know if it comes in orange for this guy, but actually taking a Sharpie and actually coloring it in to make it look brighter, because it's a sort of dullish color on there. So, but I mean, it's like, especially right here on the leg, you can barely see the color on that. So, but still, it's a nicely detailed figure. It's really, really cool on here, and it has some decent articulation on this figure. Going over the articulation, the head goes all the way around, goes down and up. You really have to work it to go up on there, so that's kind of neat. The arms go all the way around at the shoulder. They go out and in. The elbows bend, not too much, and it does rotate, but not too much when it's bent. And the hands rotate as well. I wish the hands would bend in and out. That would have made the posing of the figure, especially with the discs, a lot cooler. And the major miss on this is there's no torso or waist articulation, and mainly because of the battery compartment here. Would have been really nice if they had a swivel on the waist, but that's the biggest miss on this figure, or these figures, are the lack of a waist articulation. The legs are on a ball hinge joint, so they do go out and in and rotate at the hip, and if you position it, much like the Iron Man 2 figures, you have to work the ball joint there. The knees do bend, not very far though, and the feet do bend quite a bit, up and down though. Very nice, and they do go all the way around, and no pivot on there. So. Overall, it's a nice figure. I really like it. I'm surprised how much articulation from the company that makes these figures. I think this is their second attempt at action figures. I could be wrong. I read that somewhere, and they actually did a pretty good job. It's very nice on there. But I recommend it if you're a fan of Tron, or you're eagerly awaiting the upcoming movie, maybe picking this figures up. And I really like this Rinzler design. I think it's actually pretty neat, especially with that light up showing features on this figure. But this is my casual peek into the Tron Legacy Rinzler figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.